we moved the program to start date from mid-May to early June this year, just to make sure that we try to accommodate more students on the quarter system. So you can start a little bit later. It's June 6th. You can take part in the Europe program a little bit later. So I know the quarter system generally goes till about sort of halfway through our language course, mid-June. So it is possible to start the program late. We also have, there is sort of a special setup that we have in conjunction with Northwestern University and the Technical University of Munich for students on the quarter system, that you can take part in the Finding Nano program at Munich, which runs basically through the spring quarter of the quarter system and then transition into a internship at Europe in Aachen. That, however, it would be an unpaid internship, so that's if you are able to come with your own funding. And the Technical University of Munich program does have a fee, and so you would take part in that and then take part in Europe. But the advantage is that then you basically fill up both your spring and summer quarters by doing that.
Great.
So if you want information about that, you can contact me separately. My email address, I think, was in the presentation, but I assume it'll be.
Yeah, I'll send out an email with all of our contact info.
Exactly.
Because I know yours is a long one. I don't want to have you spell it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's a long email address. So that's sort of a custom program. It's sort of more customized to the students on the quarter system. So we have, contact me if you need more information about that.
Great, thanks. The next question is for Britt, and that is, have you ever had scholarships for biology students who are planning to go to medical school?
Oh yes, plenty. And if the questioner sends me an email, I may be able to put them in touch with one of our recent grantees. I can't promise that we actually have somebody right now whose email address I have, but I can look. And they may also want to contact one of our young ambassadors. I have a RISE participant that actually comes to mind, who was a young ambassador, Kim Barnum, and she's planning to go to medical school. So I'm not sure if there are any undergraduates right now, but again, send me an email and I can try to put you in touch with these people as well.
Great. Thanks, Britt. We just have a few more questions here, so this is your chance to get in any last-minute questions that you want to address. So really briefly, Laura, someone wants to know about how many students are accepted into the Europe program, and is there any help finding housing? And is there a travel stipend for flights?
Travel stipend for flights, there is not. So you basically have to cover your own international transportation. The housing question, we do provide on-campus housing. We house all the participants in dormitories on campus, so it's usually single rooms. It might be in, however, like a double suite or sort of a multi-person suite, but you have your own room. And that can be paid out of your scholarship, so that runs about somewhere between like 140 to 190 euros per month. Let's see, and we try to scatter you so you're not always in a group. So there's a lot of group activities in Europe with all the other participants, but you're sort of placed around the campus with among international students, among German students. To get you more integrated into the university life. And the first question was?
How many are awarded each year?
Right. Okay. We give out 30 scholarships each year, and we can take up to about 35 participants. So we do, allow some students to participate if they're able to come with their own funding, and we've sort of run out of funded slots for them.
Great. Thank you. The next question is, the student is going to apply directly from undergraduates to a PhD program, and she wants to know, is it better to apply through DAD or directly to the university? And that's actually a good question that we get a lot. It can sometimes be confusing. When you're applying for DAD funding, for example, for the undergraduate scholarship or the graduate study scholarship, you're applying to us just for the funding. And the other side of it is the actual program that you're doing, and that you need to apply to on your own. So it's a separate process. You're generally applying to our scholarship almost a year ahead of when you will be going abroad, and you apply separately to the university, and that's sometimes 8 months ahead of time, but often a shorter period of time, so 3, 4, 5 months before the semester starts. So they are two separate processes. Just something to keep in mind. And the last question that we have for now is for Laura, and that is, does the Europe program, is that just for science and engineering students? Do you have any slots for students in business or econ?
Oh, good question. So it's primarily science and engineering, but we do actually have one project that I saw recently out there that was in business administration. So we do have sort of a handful of internships that are in, I'll say, other fields, so non-science and engineering. So about 85%, I would say, of the projects are science or engineering. But last summer, we had a philosophy student, we had a sociology student. As I said, now we have a business administration project. I don't think there's any economics up there right now, but the database is not quite done being put up to date. So even if you don't find a project up there that interests you today, maybe take another look in a couple of weeks and just make sure or closer to the deadline, just to check one more time if a new project has come up, because some of our faculty members are very busy and they forget about Europe and forget to post their projects until later on in the year.
Okay. Great. Then those are all of our questions for now. Are there anything that any of you want to say, Michaela, Britt, Laura, any goodbyes before we end the webinar?
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for your attention. And yeah, as I said, there's Europe, there's regular study abroad, and even if you didn't find anything on Europe, or you're confused about what exactly you should look into for your particular case, do not hesitate to get in touch with me. Since I am normally in New York, not this week, but I'm sort of a domestic contact for you to reach out to in case you have any questions at all about Europe or study or research at RWTH Aachen. Thank you.
Mm. Yeah,
that's right. Sorry.
You are me, Britt. Okay, I started. Okay, so thank you very much for listening, and we invite you to browse our database next Monday. And if you have any further question, please don't hesitate to contact us. Our email address is rise@dad.de, and we look forward to receiving your applications. Thank you.
Thanks, Michaela.
The same is true for our office. Don't hesitate to contact us. That's what we're here for. We very often refer people to Michaela, actually, in Bonn for the details on RISE, but we'll even try to answer the RISE questions here and anything else. And of course, Leslie is doing the same from San Francisco. And thank you so much, Leslie, for organizing this, and we look forward to hearing from everybody and receiving everybody's applications.
Great. Thanks to all the panelists in New York, Bonn, and Aachen. And we're signing off, and we look forward to all your applications. Take care, everyone, and have a great week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Tschüss.